Welcome back to Mended. I don't know what episode it is, and that's fine.
I think it's 27.
27. Perfect. I don't even know your literal name.
My literal name?
Yeah.
is Ben.
Ben.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you for coming. How was the ride?
Not too bad.
I do know you came from a little bit of a ride. That's what I do know.
Yeah, we live in Cranston,
Yeah.
Rhode Island.
That's really far.
It's, an hour and 20 minutes.
How close are you to Swansea, Mass?
About a half hour.
I go to Swansea all the time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's fun over there. I like it
Yeah.
over there. So welcome. Thank you for coming. What about you?
What do you want to know?
I don't know. Where are you from? What are you about?
What am I about? Well, I'm from South Shore, Massachusetts, like our numbers guy over there. We grew up in the same house,
Yeah.
coincidentally enough. But yeah, Halifax, Massachusetts.
The unknown.
Yeah, basically. I can never just say I'm from Halifax, Massachusetts. You have to.
Canada.
Yeah. It's just to avoid I just say Plymouth or Brockton
I would too.
to cut off a whole, unnecessary explanation.
Mm-hmm.
But I decided to share.
I appreciate that. I did know that. I mean, I always forget where he's from, but I
Yeah.
did know somewhere out of the ordinary.
Yeah. So I guess I don't know. I'll do like what I usually do for speaking at a meeting and kind of a.
Yeah, just tell us a little
what
bit
it
about
was,
yourself.
what it was like, what happened, and what it's like now.
Yeah.
So, like I said, grew up in the South Shore, Massachusetts. Pretty normal childhood.
Two-parent
or-
household.
Yeah. I say normal. I don't. Who knows what that
Who
even
knows?
means?
Yeah.
You look back and you're like, oh, that was kind of weird. But no, it was good.
Did you guys grow up on the farm, like the farm style
No.
living?
So I
did more.
yeah, because my mom's been into horses probably for her whole life and had them before we were born.
Okay.
But then I think she got back into it. So we have our family came over from Eastern Europe at about like the turn of the 20th century. So we've had land in Halifax for forever, and then my parents built a house across the street from that house.
Okay.
And that house has a barn and all that stuff. And then, but when my grandmother died, we moved the house. We moved back into the older house, and then my mom had a couple horses at that point, and I kind of regret my mom I was probably like 12 when I got them when she got back into it, so it was like just at the time where like whatever my mom was doing, I didn't really care.
Yeah.
But like it would have been cool to like know how to ride a horse.
Yeah, or to like engage in the fact that you had them.
Yeah. So I was just too cool for it at that point.
I know. 12-year-olds suck.
They do suck.
I have one.
And
so.
I was probably one of the worst 12-year-olds. Then probably about like beginning of high school, I started to smoke weed with my friends.
Mm-hmm. Do you mind if I ask how old you are so I can put myself in that timeline?
I'm 35.
Okay.
So
you're a 90s kid.
Yeah, for the most part. I'm your typical millennial.
Okay. Same.
Yeah. Why like everyone talk to us like says it like it's a bad thing. Like
It's because we're in a world of Gen Zs or whatever they're called. So.
Yeah. And then we grew up with a bunch of Gen Xers who thought they were better than us when
Right.
literally they're whatever.
We're the dinosaurs.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. So beginning of high school, I started smoking weed. I think for me it was a good
Outlet.
social like a social lubricant. Like I think a lot of the time about how drugs offer like a kind of ready-made identity, which is perfect for someone who's like particularly insecure. And I
Yeah.
think I was an insecure kid growing up. So like being the drug kid is like a very convenient, like, oh, that's what I can be about now.
Yeah, at least you have that where
Yeah,
like they know
right.
that you're able to like, at least have fun in their eyes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm kind of like how people kind of how like a Dare commercial would warn you, like, oh, if you smoke pot, then you'll end up with a needle in your arm. And then you kind of laugh about it, like, oh, it's kind of ridiculous. But like
Yeah, it's drastic.
that is kind of like what happened to me, in a way, because I within like a couple of years of like starting to smoke weed when I was 14, 15, like I was pretty quickly a daily smoker. And then I think about like 17 or 18, a friend of mine was able to get perk 30s. And then from perk 30s, it was a pretty standard progression of snorting those to snorting heroin to then shooting heroin. And then,
How long did it take
to what?
to go from one to the next? Or was there
Um,
anything in between? How fast did it progress?
Well, I was probably 18 when the pill started, and so by 20 or 21, I was doing heroin. And it had already hit a few halfway houses and detoxes at that point.
Okay. What was that like?
I think it sucked. I mean, because it's not something that I particularly was wanted to do for myself.
Yeah.
Sorry. No. That I wanted to do for myself. It was like more to get my parents off my back because, I didn't want to get kicked out of the house or whatever. So it just kind of felt like punishment. The which kind of makes my last
Round of recovery?
yeah. Kind of particularly unique because like I realized that like that I instead of just like fighting it, I think that and thinking that like, oh, this sucks, I know better or whatever. I remember being in detox and having like a small thought that like, you know what, instead of just like fighting it or thinking that like I know better than the counselors there, or I'm going to take one suggestion, and that suggestion was that because at that point I kind of had a plan that like I was going to go to another cushy halfway house like North Cottage or something like that and just chill for however long and it'll be easy, but like the way that my insurance was going to work out that wasn't going to happen, and that like I had either had the choice to just go live in a homeless shelter or go to the Salvation Army in Providence. And I had heard horror stories about the Salvation Army. They make you work and blah 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 blah. And then my first instinct was just like, well, I'm just going to go leave. I know I can find another paycheck. My last paycheck that hadn't been cashed, and I can just go, do whatever with that. But I had the small thought of like, you know what? Instead of just like being a little shit, I can kind of just suck it up and go with the flow and go to the Salvation Army, like what's being suggested to me right now. And that was a really big moment because, up until then, like I was a 12-year-old kid that hadn't really grown up.
Yeah,
but
you were
like,
defiant and still avoidant, and you weren't really willing. And
Yep, exactly. And it kind of taught me that like there are a lot of things in life that I don't want to, that particularly going to like high school or whatever, because I did garbage in school.
You wish
but-
you could redo it.
Sometimes, yes. But I didn't like, because at the time I didn't know that like nobody wanted to do homework. That like I thought like
It was just a you problem.
yeah, in that way, like I'm special. Like, oh, I'm not,
I'm not made for this.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it. But
Yeah.
like the reality is that like nobody wants to do it, but they do it anyways.
Yeah.
And I think at that moment in time, like I kind of learned that lesson for the first time. And so going to the Salvation Army, and I was right. It did suck. Like, and in some ways that was
Not made to be pleasant.
No, it's not. And that was what I needed for that particular time to learn that, like, you know what, even I got to do stuff that I don't want to do, and take suggestions. And yeah, I made it through that program.
How long did it take?
I did the program itself was about like 6 months, but I got a job with them, and if you get a job with them, you get to live there longer. And so I lived there another year, which again, deciding to stay there another year was something that I didn't necessarily want to do either, but
It made sense.
well, it was suggested to me that like I kind of just chill out, because like before I had gone to do everything quickly, like you go to a halfway house and leave as quickly as you can, and then but the problem with that is like, and I think we were talking just a little bit about this before, there's a lot of like shady shit that goes on in the recovery universe.
Industry.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure. And I had been to a sober house that was not like, that was like a harm reduction house. So me completing the program in the Salvation Army and waiting it out another year was kind of a way to like
Avoid that.
well think through like what's the best thing for me in my recovery, instead of just being like, well, I don't want to be here, I want to be on my own, which is totally fine. But like for me as an addict, like I need to like think through you know.
Play the tape.
Yeah, exactly. So I worked there for a while,
Doing what?
driving the truck
Okay.
and going up to the various stores and picking up all the donated stuff and bringing it back to the center and sorting it and all that fun stuff.
Nice.
And then but like I credit that, like me being able to do that with like towards the end of my stay, I started going to meetings. Like I started hitting. I had gotten there, and I think what kept me there for the first, few months or so was learning that like, oh, I can like have fun with the people that are staying there without getting high or drunk.
Yeah, so you started at that time to start making connections. You
Yes.
felt like, yeah.
But like the problem was like I'd been there over 6 months to a year. A lot of those people were going away. Like
Yeah.
like you kind of like
You watch people come and go a lot.
yeah. And but to kind of like, I don't know, like to avoid that, like or to do something different instead of just like sitting around or like making new friends that'll just come and go later. Like I started going to meetings every day beyond just like the 3 I needed for the for the house or whatever. And then going every day, like I took suggestions again and got a sponsor, and he made me call him every day, which was really big, because again, my first instinct was if like I get a suggestion like that, it's like, that's kind of stupid. Like, why would I call you every day for no reason?
But you call
I
friend every day, or you call a girl you like every day. Like, what's
it
the difference?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, totally. Yeah. But I'm, classic millennial. I don't want to, phone, gross.
Yeah. Don't call me.
Yeah. And especially if if I'm just calling you just to call you, like that's totally beyond. But
it can get awkward.
yeah, but pushing past that awkwardness and just doing it like really helped me out in the end, because I remember a specific moment where I was like at work at the Salvation Army and like really not feeling it, and I couldn't tell you what the situation was, don't remember what I was mad about, but I had the training to just like pick up my phone and call my sponsor.
You didn't have time to think about anything else other than that being your first step.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, and yeah, and even still to this day, like I mean, I've kind of fallen a little bit out of practice because of, you know, I got a better career than Salvation Army truck driver.
What do you do now?
Right now I'm laid off, but I'm an electrician.
Nice.
But it's, you know, when I am working, it's like 10, 12-hour days, and, you know, and then I have 2 kids
How
at
old?
home.
Not a 12-year-old?
6 and 4.
Oh, you're almost there.
Yeah.
Those are tough ages too, though.
Yeah, but it's fun.
Yeah.
I like them.
Yeah. I don't mind mine either. One's 12 though, remember.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I mean, you said I interrupted you a little bit because I'm eager to learn a little bit more, but you said even now with a different job.
Yeah, I still, like, I'm going through something. I don't really want to get into it at home. That's been really bothering me. And like even though like I didn't like when something's going on, I don't pick up right away. Like I still know that like I could do something bad, something stupid, or I could just call somebody and talk it out. And,
yeah, so you were
still do it.
Yeah, like it was instilled in you. Like the first thing you do is at least talk it through.
Yep.
Yeah.
Talk. You know, raise your hand in a meeting, or call
a trusted loved one. Yeah.
Call another alcoholic or another addict. And yeah.
So how long do you have?
12. Oh man, this is brutal.
About 13 years in April.
That's correct.
13 years in April.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. And you still attend meetings, and you still, it's okay if you don't.
Yeah. No, as often as I can. I definitely have one that's my home group.
Yeah.
On Sunday in Providence, and then I at least make it to one more. And I'm just assuming that this is like a regular work schedule. I at least make it to 1 or 2 meetings per week. Now I'm like the retired old guy going to meetings at 7:00 in the morning
for fun.
Yeah, because it's like this is what I should be doing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, even after all that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's important. Why do you think it's important, though, to explain to people who are newly in recovery that are dreading the fact that this is going to be their life for the rest of their life, and dreading and resenting the fact that like that's going to have to be their medicine for a long time to come? Like, what would you say to that?
Grow up.
Yeah. Period.
I mean, like, I don't know what else to say to that. Like, I mean, I hate to be kind of a little bit of a hard ass about it, but
no, welcome to my world.
It's kind of true. Like, I guess looking back, because that is an interesting excuse that like people give, that like, oh, it's gonna be, you know, this is boring, but like using is fucking boring. Like it really is.
It's
like,
so repetitive.
Yeah, like I remember. Like, don't get me wrong, there are days where I feel, especially when, like, you know, I'm working a lot and I'm not really...
You have no dopamine in your life?
Yeah, like, I can definitely get into, like... Because using, like, I'll put it like this. Using is, like, is you do live one day at a time, but it's, like, a kind of bizarro, like, you're living just to hit, like, just to get drugs... do them and go to bed.
Yeah, you're like a robot.
Yeah.
You have one goal in mind. That's
so it. I can get into that sort of get into that way now, which is bad, but like it's still better than like...
With what? Like the idea that your life is on repeat and Groundhog's Day because you're an adult and you have a job, and it could be the alternative where you could just have Groundhog's Day using.
Yeah, it's the
comparison.
Same. Exactly. Yeah, it's, you know.
But how quickly, like, life doesn't last that long when you're using, right? Like how quickly things get worse, how you like,
Oh,
you wouldn't be
absolutely.
able to do like have Groundhog's Day
No.
and have your kids or your job or
Oh.
your house or your family. Like all those would get taken from you with the other Groundhog's
For
Day.
sure.
Yeah.
And at least like you can in recovery, you can at least choose the terrain of struggle.
Right.
In a way, like
You choose your hard.
yeah, exactly. Like, and that's kind of want to say like why I want to say to those people like grow up, because like no matter what, like you are going to serve some kind of master. Like that's just how, like, if you know, if like you're not the power in the universe, like whether you want to believe it or not, like there are so many other forces in the world that like that, you know, that I don't want to say control my my
But are
destiny,
responsible
but
for in a sense.
where I don't have control over them. But like at least with being sober, like I can at least choose my heart, as you said, and I think that that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. That's been my motto for a long time. Like using's hard, staying sober's hard. You gotta choose your hard.
Yeah.
And I say grow up a lot too. Like
Yeah.
you can ask Casey. Like I have a no tolerance to it. When you come to my office, like if you're in a crisis, 100%. Like let's sit down and talk about it. Like you said, pick up the phone and call another addict or whatever. It doesn't have to be. I'm not in recovery, but I'm gonna answer the phone for you, and we're gonna figure it out. But when you come to me with like the same bullshit, it's like grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do something different.
Get over it.
Yeah.
Like you have choices.
Definitely.
And when you're using, from what I told, you don't have choices, and you're not in control, and you don't like the disease is fully in control. And when you're not using, you're in control. So pick your hard.
Yeah.
It's that simple. Sometimes
you're in control to an extent. Like they're like to be fair to that person, like yes, there are like work and, you know, the world at large definitely, especially I would say work, like in kind of the relationship with your boss. Relationship with your boss, like
100%.
at a certain point, like your boss can call you up and say, "Hey, get lost," and
100.
And I have no control over that.
But you have control over how you respond to that, right?
100%.
And you have control over like the fact that you're able to go get another job because you are sober or because you are
100%.
healthy and able-bodied. So yeah, like do we take blows as people who aren't an addict, or do you take blows as a person in recovery? Yeah, like we're humans. Like life happens. You're gonna take blows all the time. Like, but it's life. And it's like you have to walk through these things, and those are the conversations that I have with people on a daily basis. When and when you're new in recovery too, like things can seem catastrophic when they're just pretty simple. You know what I mean?
Man, I like. It's funny you say that, because I look back at like early recovery and be like, oh man, I had it so easy.
Right. Or like a court date. Like for example, somebody has a court date, and like, it's just a continuance, but they're like, this is the end of the world. And it's like, that actually, you have to remind, like, that worked in your favor. Like, you didn't get, like, sentenced today. Like, you still have a chance to prove to the courts that you're working on things. And, like, constantly putting things into perspective can get exhausting for that person and for anyone that loves them or is helping them. So,
yeah, and I would take some of those problems in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
No, I don't, not that I have, like, such hard problems now. I don't. Like, a lot of them are first world, but like they do require a bit more complexity in like in terms of like how I navigate them with my emotions, or like the nuances of dealing with like you know people in my life. Whereas like a lot of the problems that I had in early recovery were like we're like that, like, well, I just got to show up to a court date on time, like no big fucking deal. Right. I would love that right now. But it is what it is. Like, I think I found the saying, like, 5 years you get your marbles, 10 years you learn how to play them. Pretty spot on as far as the timeline goes.
So you just learn how to play with your marbles.
Yeah, to an extent, I guess.
I wonder what the sayings are for like civilians. Like, when the fuck do I get mine?
It's funny because I wanted to talk about that, like, because I was thinking recently about the contradiction, I guess, of because because you get to like step 12 or whatever, where you live your principles and all these affairs, but there's a certain like limit to that, where like I do need to put my recovery first, but like I'm also a human being, like where a lot of I think sometimes in recovery or in AA, there's this need to like be like, well, I'm an addict, so like I'm a special person, and it's like, no, like a lot of people actually do struggle with different, like people fall in love, people
lose their kids,
people, and it's like they also need to figure out how so like I think,
is it harder when you have a substance use disorder?
I don't know, or it's the same.
Could be considered harder, right? Because could be considered the same, even for coming from an addict like you.
Yeah.
But I like to explain it sometimes as like you guys having an upper hand because you have the outlet, because you have the walls of AA or AA.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you have sponsorship. Like average people don't have that.
No.
We have nobody. I don't have a sponsor to call every day.
AA is like one of the last places in, this kind of late capitalist hellscape where like there's a genuine community,
right? And
that's amazing. Like church people don't go to church in that way, like they like, and I'm not saying that church is bad or church is good, like I'm just saying it's not the thing that like people go to like give themselves meaning in the same way that they used to.
Yeah, nobody's raising their hand in a church and saying, I lost my mom yesterday and I need people.
No,
nobody's doing that.
But like AA is like one of the last places that like you can do that in like a world where it's like completely atomized.
It's gone.
And people are just out there like on their so isolated.
People are talking to AI, to ChatGPT about their problems now.
It's wild.
People are getting therapy through AI because there's not a lot of outlets. So I do. Yeah. I sometimes I argue with people because coming from somebody who's not an addict and doesn't suffer from the disease, it can sound insensitive. I don't.
Oh wow.
But it can sound insensitive if I say to you like, hey, you're an addict, but you have the upper hand because you have have AA and you have sponsorship and you have everything that comes with it. It sounds like I'm kind of minimizing all of your struggles or the fact that you were subject to this disease, but I'm not. I'm like really just encouraging you to utilize that because like I said, average people or civilians or whatever the fuck they like to call us, people who don't suffer with the disease, we don't have that. No. And it has been like miraculous for me to enter this recovery community and see like how welcoming it is, even to me as not an addict. I walk into a meeting to watch somebody celebrate and I'm welcomed. I'm never turned away. Like I would never take the time and raise my hand as somebody who doesn't suffer. But I think that it's incredible the way that you guys are able to utilize the program, Yeah. So I'm glad you have that. And I'm glad you still use that 12, 13 years later, honestly.
Oh.
He's really obsessive about the mics.
I get it.
So what does your life look like today?
What does it look like today?
Other than being like an old man and going to meetings at 7 a.m. and enjoying your layoffs.
Enjoying my layoff, yeah.
You said a 4 and a 6-year-old?
Yep, yeah. I 4 and a 6-year-old.
Boy and a girl, one of each. What?
Yeah.
Well,
I got that's all.
2 and done. Me
Cash
too.
Out.
Yeah. We got what we wanted. Yeah.
Exactly. A lot of people like socially engineer their whole, society around what I got. So like I'm
seriously.
I don't need to do any more than that. I go to meetings. I like to read a lot of books, and I'm kind of politically active.
Dave, is he reincarnated?
More so than I am.
You are you've.
What's that mean?
She thinks I've been like reincarnated because I'm like I know general knowledge.
I don't think it's general knowledge. I think that your family is really smart.
No,
I mean,
100%. Like my dad, our dad is. He's like the king of like liner notes knowledge of like. Why the fuck do you know that?
So to me, that's Dave, right?
Ask our dad about any musician.
Yeah,
he'll have a fun fact about it.
Yeah, for sure.
He listens to like musicals in his spare time and like.
Just
listen, Les Mis is good. Les Mis is good.
I'm still till this moment in time cannot tell you what Les Mis is. So yeah, like I'm born and raised in East Boston, so I'm very like an inner city kid. been given no education. Like I was thrown into East Boston High and then just walked out.
I get that.
Raised by two addicts. Had kids. I was pregnant at 19. So like my parents were not educated either.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't have that. What you have, where your dad had all this like
That's true.
unnecessary knowledge, if you want to call it that.
No, it's true.
I tried to tell Lauren, or say like I've had to like an NPR reference. She doesn't know what NPR is.
Well, like
I
what
was
is
just
NPR?
gonna bring that. I was just gonna bring that up. That like I think that there are a lot of people that don't like give a lot of thought to books or politics or whatever. But like I definitely credit. Me and my parents don't share the same politics, but like I do credit them for like driving us to school and having NPR on in the car. And so like I've always known that like to be an adult kind of means to like at least have like a somewhat of an understanding of what's going on and being able to think it through in some way.
Well, I'm not to toot my own horn, but I'm an adult and I don't live that way, and I survive.
No, totally. I'm not saying I love normies. Like I think that I wish I was one, but I'm not. So.
I like to think that like you can get by on lived experience in life and not complete book knowledge or unnecessary knowledge or NPI knowledge.
NPR knowledge.
Whatever the fuck, honestly.
Yeah. But I mean, that's also a gift to the program, at least for me, because like while I grew up that way, there was a period of like when I was using where like, I thought I was smart, but like I didn't put in the effort to like actually bother to
apply
it or learn it. And so like, that's like the worst of both worlds. But now like I like given the like having the time to listen to an audiobook or learn about something, and I participate locally in the local left-wing politics scene there. Not that I know that just
no, it's totally
total
fine.
Disclaimer, like
no, you're not going to get any any smoke from me. I could care less what you are.
For sure. But no, totally. But like I think and I'm grateful for this opportunity because like there is like an interesting intersection of politics and recovery that you can't talk about and shouldn't talk about in a meeting because like there's a lot of people there that don't share your politics, and they should absolutely be able to like go to a meeting and not feel like they're they have to think a certain way, or just like class differences between like I'm an employee but and I suffer from heroin addiction, and like there's bosses out there that drink too much, and we should absolutely be able to come to a meeting and get what they need to out of it. Yeah,
without being looked at differently.
Yeah, even though that like that we're completely opposed to each other and in the outside world, but a lot of the outside world, and including like our dynamic between employee and employer, are like huge like sources of resentment and reasons why you drink. I mean, even the fact that like I'm a heroin addict that was using heroin between 2010 and 2000. I can't
whatever.
Even, yeah.
Don't worry, I'm not good with math.
It's just like this is like this is very much I'm typical in that like I'm part of the opiate epidemic, which was caused by the Afghanistan war, or like the and that like these are all political issues that like me as an addict should probably think about, or like just in general, like Medicare for all would like solve so many problems in the recovery industry, but that shouldn't be talked about in a meeting. Like
there are some things that
that we can't really discuss, but it's important.
You can talk about whatever you want on here.
It's important for me to think about, and I'm glad that I have that being sober. I get to think about them and maybe at a local level try to make some kind of a difference in that way.
Yeah. So are you actively doing that? Like trying to make differences in certain areas? You said you're a part of something, whether you want to elaborate or not, it's fine.
I'm part of the local Democratic Socialists of America chapter.
And what does that look like? Because I have absolutely no idea what that even means.
Oh man, you're in a good spot in life.
I know, because I mind my business and I don't pretend I'm smart. So.
Yeah. It's a lot of arguing with a lot of people and trying to move the needle in a certain way, and like trying to get other people in an org to like do what you think is I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, what benefits do you get from it then? What does it do for you personally?
I mean, I definitely derive a kind of meaning from it. That like, while we did have some kind of access to education when I was younger. Like, I didn't go to college. And I didn't really apply myself in high school. Like, I think this is an opportunity to like explore a kind of unfulfilled intellectual ambition.
I love that. That's enough for me to like get why you do it, even if I don't understand it.
But also like and this might be a specific to left wing politics as like as someone who's not a capitalist and is a worker, like I definitely feel like I definitely understand like the kind of struggles of like wanting to fight the boss for more money or in that way. So like if I can be part of kind of a movement that like represents working class people, like that it's you maintain it by giving it away, sort of program mentality. So that's why I'm compelled to at least try to be part of it.
Yeah, that's pretty dope, honestly. Well, that's okay. I didn't really know what to say to that anyway. I don't know anything about politics, but I think that if you're fulfilling an intellectual part of you that you feel like you didn't get to tap into when you were younger, I think that's great. Or whatever it looks like. You're not hurting anybody. Yeah. I mean, maybe people's feelings.
Yeah.
Do you wish you had more people like in recovery that can relate to that part of your life?
I do actually. I have like, so I go to like, I have a few like-minded friends who go to meetings, and I have a specific person who's a part of that the DSA who also goes to meetings with me.
Oh, okay.
He's probably one of my best friends.
Oh, okay. So you have people.
Yeah, for sure.
You can connect with people over that.
For sure.
Okay.
And it's kind of important because I think while I can't talk about it in meetings and I shouldn't, like dealing with other normies who go to who do political stuff, like you develop. It's hard to separate, political differences and personalities. So
it's like principles and personalities.
Yeah, and it's hard to do that because sometimes, like, your politics are a part of like your personal issues.
Especially if you believe really strongly in your
for sure.
in your
how to
beliefs.
navigate that as like a person in recovery is difficult because again, I can't raise my hand in a meeting and be like, because then I would have to explain, tedious political differences.
And then people are going to be fist fighting in the halls.
yeah, for sure. But
I wonder why. Like, I know that like growing up, and I'm around your age. I'm 32, but growing up, I don't know. You like didn't talk. Like, I didn't hear any talk about politics. Like, nobody did that.
Really?
At least not in their city. Or like, I remember like not having school because voting would happen, right? And like, people not telling anybody else who they voted for. And like now it's different. Now you can, and I think that you should. I think
Absolutely.
you should. I think people should be able to share their political beliefs. I think people should be able to share any beliefs that they have in life
and be able to work it out, like
and just explain and have like healthy conversations.
100%.
I don't know where the world went with that.
I think that's intentional, like
To silence people
or to just like kind of separate, because again, as someone who is specifically left-wing politics, like I believe that these are related to class differences, right? So it's dangerous for kind of an upper class that like a politically conscious working class is like meeting in the break room and talking about like, ooh, why is it like this? You know, so
you think people are going to start figuring things out?
And being like, why do they have all the money and the power and we don't? Is a conversation they don't want. They would prefer you not to have. And so like during the 70s and the 80s, you have a process called deindustrialization, and they ship all like the jobs where like people were on the floor of a factory face to face talking with each other. Maybe somebody slips in a pamphlet or whatever and you can talk politics with them, to now an economy where like you're basically working by yourself. Your politics aren't related to your work or what you do in the world. It's now a function of like of like, oh, I you know, of a certain identity that's kind of fake, right? That like, oh, I'm a liberal, so like I believe in I believe in my brain that like these things are right, instead of like it being a function of your day-to-day life. It's just something that like it's like a consumer identity rather than like an actual
lived
real
experience.
politics.
Yeah.
And again, like I think that's intentional, like it's intentional.
Interesting. Dave, do you got anything as far as your politics are concerned? You guys are starting to talk real smart.
I'm in a pretty nice, fun group chat with Ben and our sister, and that's a lot of fun. We talk about comments on Facebook.
Yeah.
But I definitely. I'm always 100%. We're like Ben and I are on the same plane of like of that level of politics, but he's just way smarter than I am and have read more books than I
He's just older, been alive longer.
No, come on, he's right. Don't discourage him from praising me.
No, by the time Ben was my age, he was definitely well into being really smart.
Yeah, dude, I think you're pretty smart too. I think it runs in the family, guy.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I agree. I mean, that's kind of like the whole thing that I have. I'm currently going through some work issues at my other job, which is fun. I'm in a group chat with like the workers in various different places across the country. It's pretty cool. But I definitely agree with how you can like relate to like how meetings run is definitely how like the rest of society should kind of run. It's like self-sufficient, like everyone.
AA, you mean?
Yep.
Yeah. AA is an interesting, like it's the one. It's kind of like the anarchist's dream, where like you have a bunch of self-governing meetings that are loosely associated with each other. Like it's like pure democracy, and it works. And
it does work.
Yeah.
Do you think your whole family was reincarnated?
Reincarnated? I mean, I'm definitely more open to reincarnation than like eternity after, heaven.
How smart's the sister?
Oh, no.
So it goes you, her, him? Like, did your parents read to you at night when you were young?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
You know what?
I figured it out.
Our dad would read to us backwards.
Oh, yeah.
Katta and Hatta.
He would get bored because I think my older sister would ask him to read The Cat in the Hat way too many times. So, like, in order to keep himself entertained, like, I think he would start reading it backwards. He would start reading it backwards.
Yeah,
in
you
some
guys.
nights.
Katta and Hatta.
You guys. So, that, I figured it out. My kids are screwed because I did not read to them.
Oh, man.
Do you write to yours?
Yeah.
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 So they're gonna be real smart.
I hope so.
They will. That's the trick. I knew it. As soon as I asked you guys and you said yeah, and then you said he read it backwards. That's what it is.
Yep. Remember he would sing. He would sing to me when I was young, like going to bed. He would sing James Taylor.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You don't even know who James Taylor is, do you?
No, dude. Do you guys ever
That's a
think
damn
that?
shame.
That's a damn
shame. And you're from Massachusetts?
Yeah.
Yeah. James Taylor is a homegrown hero.
What is he? A musician?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. What? I was raised on Britney Spears, dude. I don't know.
Oh man.
And
My
Sync.
it's funny. My daughter really likes Britney Spears for a weird reason.
And my daughter doesn't. I don't even know. You know what? She likes like the old school '90s R&B that I listen to, and like she's a huge fan of.
The K-pop Demon Hunters.
No.
Oh wow.
She's
okay.
the 12-year-old. So.
Oh, all right. So she just missed that.
She just missed that. Thank
right.
God. But I have a 9-year-old son, but he never touched on that either. Thank God. What was I just gonna say, though?
Talking about how smart we are.
Yeah, I was talking about how smart.
Yeah,
you
just
guys
keep
are.
talking about
Yeah.
that.
I know. No, it's fascinating.
Keep saying that.
No, it's literally fascinating. But I had something good. I can't remember.
Talking
right now.
about reading.
Reading to your kids at night.
No, we were talking about the guy. The
James
singer.
Taylor.
Yeah, but now it's gone. You know when
Oh,
it's gone,
man.
and you know it's gone. It's gone.
Yeah, that stinks.
It's gone.
You definitely know James Taylor. Like I
what
think
does he sing? Someone sing it.
Fire and Rain.
I seen fire and I seen rain.
No.
You if you heard it on the radio, I feel like you would know. There's no way you wouldn't have unless you've completely cut yourself off from society.
If it's been on the radio, I've heard it.
Yeah.
I
Probably.
listen to. I don't listen to the NPR.
Don't listen. Yeah,
I listen to Jim and
yeah. I was
94.5.
trying to tell her. I was like, I've been trying to reach out to Paula Poundstone to get her on the show. And,
Oh God.
and she's like, "Who's that?" I was like, NPR.
That's fair. You shouldn't know who that is.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know anything
I'm
that Dave knows.
I'm surprised that he knows who that is.
Dude, you know how much Wait, Don't Tell Me I
Oh, I
listened to
know.
with Mom?
Oh yeah,
No,
yeah.
shut up, because I figured it out. Do you think that if people sat down with you, had conversations with you, learned a little bit about you, your upbringing, they wonder like why you guys ever use substances? Maybe, but might be
No.
a little judgmental because, and there's a stigma around addiction where like you have had to been raised a certain way, you know, or be raised by people a certain way, but, and I might even be a part of the stigma because I look at you guys and I wonder, like, if you were in a 2-parent household, if you were in a decent area, if you weren't being abused, if you weren't being neglected, then why did you guys pick up? Do you guys ever get asked that?
No.
No.
I think the you know, especially the kind of where like I'm at the perfect age and the perfect moment in history where like I hit the epidemic where it's
Yeah,
like,
you figured yours
that's-
out. What's his?
I don't know. He's just a bum.
Because when you said that earlier about Afghanistan and all that,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, okay, you get a pass for why you ever did heroin.
Yeah.
Because I don't understand why you did. I didn't. Because for some reason, I have this idea that you've had to have
Man,
experienced some trauma or pain in order to have
Ain't-
been an addict.
Being a suburban white kid ain't easy.
It's not. It's truly not.
I'm just trying
I
to
don't know.
figure it
Maybe
out.
like I don't know. It's kind of boring, and you know.
That's true though. Like they say, it doesn't. Obviously, the disease doesn't discriminate, and you
Yeah.
can be raised from the most perfect. Your mom could be a neurologist. Your dad
Yep.
could be a lawyer, and you can still pick up because
Your
it's an identity
dad could
issue.
be a social worker.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Who's a
like
social worker?
you think about.
Our dad.
Oh,
Yeah. He's.
that's okay.
I'll cut it out.
But no, I think there's some, especially like a suburban, like I think about this a lot because I live in Cranston, which isn't the city, but like I've definitely come to prefer like the like city living because I feel like people were not meant to be like,
Isolated.
yeah, I live in my house that's this long, and it's just like this is why most of America is fucking insane because like
There's no
yeah,
socialization.
you just like, and I think that's where like a lot of people turn to drugs and alcohol because it's like
Boredom, and they're looking to feel something or
Yeah.
connect with something. And
Yeah,
a substance does that.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's true. I know. I kind of somewhat take it back. I still don't fully understand, but like I do take it back a little bit because I do know that a lot of your environment, just being bored, just not having a lot of experiences, just trying to figure out like
Yeah,
like
not
you said,
having
where to fit in.
not having community in the same way that we used to back before. We're just all isolated, and now you just have to feel like you belong somewhere. Or,
Yeah.
I don't know, have an identity.
Do you plan to talk to your kids about the disease and educate them as much as you can around it, or is it something you don't really want to touch on much?
I mean, I'm not gonna really. I don't know if I'm gonna think about. I think I run the risk of overthinking it, because I feel like there's certain things where like you try to plan for something but like you just end up completely making
it happen.
Well, no, or that, or just like, or in order to stop something, you just wind up making a different set of mistakes, and you know, I don't know, like it's like. My kids already know that, like, oh, mom and dad go to a meeting, and like they know that, and so like it's not like it's gonna be a mystery. Like I'm not trying to hide.
Yeah, like if they asked you, you would explain to them what the process is around why you go to meetings or whatever.
Exactly, kids are smart. Like kids kind of intuit pretty well.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna stress. Like I feel like it's good enough that they know that they've never really seen me drink or do drugs, and that like I go to meetings and I do certain things. Yeah. And, I think that could be good enough.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. He just likes to interrupt. That's what he's doing. You just like to interrupt. He was on last week. Okay, where are we at for timing? I feel like I was nervous I wasn't going to be able to keep up with how smart you are, and I think I did really well. For the record, I want that on this episode.
You're like blowing up my ego here. I don't like it.
We're at 51 minutes.
All right, I think that we can end it by sharing anything that you want to share to anybody that is listening and might be on the in between recovery or the other Groundhog Day.
I'll just go to meetings, get a sponsor.
Try it out.
Yeah, do an 90-90. I don't know, like all the cliches are probably true.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Just show up.
Just show up even if you don't want to.
Yeah. You got anything else, Dave?
No. That's pretty good.
And for anyone who didn't pick up on the fact that they're brothers, we didn't even see that.
They'll figure it out.
They'll figure it out. Like me and him are spitting images of each other.
I can tell.
Our mom
your
gets
mannerisms
confused.
are the same. The way you guys articulate yourself is the same. You guys have a lot of similarities.
I thought it would be funny if he was doing mine, because then it would be really confusing.
He declined. I offered it.
Oh, really?
Yep.
No, that's good. It would have been way too confusing.
Yeah.
You guys would have.
We would probably go off the rails.
ADHD heaven.
It's true.
Oh my god.
We would probably go off the rails too.
Yeah.
I think every single person would be like, "Yeah, I can't."
Yeah. No, it's good. I don't know. That's really it.
That's a wrap.
Version of the Serenity Prayer.
What?
Thank you so much for joining.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming up, man.
This was fun.
It's a pleasure.
See you next week.
See you next week.